After a rather odd encounter with a rather large chicken, I made my way back to the group. Now, we've headed to pick up some supplies before making our way to the Last Stop Motel, where we'll finally, hopefully, meet up with Nash.
Well, this lot should do us nicely.
Hey, that's our haul!
Away with you, vagabonds!
What?
Are you deaf?
Giles, I'm sorry, but we found the stuff first.
We own everything here.
Look, I've only had one drink so far today, and I'm not in a good mood. There's no way I've dragged all this stuff here just for some ruffians to muscle in.
And besides, there's only 2 of you and 6 of us.
We'll be back. Veronica won't be happy. You'll be sorry.
So these punks think they can take my stuff.
Yeah, and they called me a nerd.
Let's go, boys. We have folks to teach a little lesson to. You're kinda a nerd kid.
Owen likes to play in the wasteland all day. Warfare's his game. No other can claim. Building settlements high, taking on the bad guys with his trusty pit boy. He's a wasteland cowboy. Radiation in his veins, staring through the maze. Every weapon he wields, the enemy quickly yields.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Fallout Wasteland Warfare by Modiphius. This is going to be played on my 3x3 board. So the survivors are going to start in the gas station in the middle, the raiders are going to approach from the bottom corner. To win this match, the survivors have to last the 5 rounds. For the raiders, they have to take down the sole survivor. So let's get started then with round 1. So top of round 1, we're going to have Sarah. She's going to take a single move, and then she's going to get a shot. So using her sniper rifle, long distance into the closest raider. That is a hit for 2 damage. Over to the raiders. The first SefCho is going to take a couple of moves up the board. Sole survivor up next, she's going to roll for VATS. So that's 2 VATS, so she gets 4 moves for this round. So she's going to take a couple of pot shots into the closest raider there. First shot's a miss there. Second shot's a hit. That's 2 damage, and that's a dead SefCho. So then she's going to take a couple of moves up the board. SefCho's going to take a couple of moves. They're going to try and get into charge distance in the next round. Up next, Zachary is going to take a couple of moves to get into the cabin there, so he can try and get some cover. Skyber's up next. He's going to take a single move and then a shot at long distance into our survivor. That's a crit with an armor break, so he does 1 damage. Hope's up next. She's going to take a move and then a charge into the SefCho at the bottom of the board. First of the 3 raiders is going to take a move, and then they're also going to take a shot into our sole survivor at long distance. So that's a crit for 2 damage. Blocks 1, takes 1. Giles, he's going to take a couple of moves and a charge into the same SefCho that Hope did. Raider 2 is going to join his friends, taking a single move up the board. And he's also going to take a shot into our survivor long distance. And that's a miss. Melinda's going to round out the moves for the survivors. She's going to take 2 moves to duck in behind at the side of the cabin there. Third Raider, they're going to take a move across the bottom there, and then a second move to try and get into a better position. And to finish off the round, our Vet Raider is going to take a couple of moves up the board there, and they're going to be closely followed by their dogs. So Survivor's going to start off round 2, rolling for VATs. That's 1 VAT. So she's going to take a couple of shots into the closest dog there. First shot, that's a crit with an armor break, so the dog takes 3 damage. Second shot, that's also a crit with an armor break, so that first dog's down. And for her third shot, she's going to aim into the second dog, and that dog takes 3 damage. Our Vet Raiders up next, they're going to take 2 shots into the survivor. First shot, that's a hit with an armor break, and she blocks it all. Second shot is a miss. Hope's going to take a couple of attacks into the Psycho. They're going to get an extra black die for the charge, and an extra green for outnumbering. That's 3 damage. Second one, that's also a hit, so that Psycho is down. Scaver's going to take a shot into Giles. That's a hit for an armor break. They take 2 damage. Second shot, that's a hit, and they block all the damage there. Giles is going to take 2 shots with their flamer. First shot's a miss. Second shot's a hit, and 2 damage. The Vet Raider is then going to get their dog to charge into Hope. That's an attack, and that's a miss. Zachary is going to take a shot over the top of their companions into the Raider standing at the corner there. That's a miss. That's a hit, and they take 1 damage. Raider 1 is going to take a couple of shots up into the sole survivor. That's a crit with an armor break. They take 2 damage. That's also a crit, and they block all the damage. Sarah's going to use a sniper rifle to take a couple of shots into the sky. That's a hit. They take 2 damage. Second shot. That's also a hit, and the Scaver is down. Our other Raider's going to take 2 shots. So Melinda's going to take a couple of moves to try and get a bit of cover there. And to finish off the round, our other Raider is going to take a couple of moves up the board. To top of round 3, because they're evenly matched, that Raider is going to take a couple of shots into our survivor. First shot's a miss. Second shot's also a miss. Our survivor's going to use their gamma gun to shoot back at the Raider. No VATs for this round. That's a hit. That's also a hit. So that raider's down. Our vet raiders now I'm going to take a couple of shots up into our sole survivor. That's a crit. Blocks it all. And second shot's a miss. Hope's going to turn and attack the hound. That is a crit, so the hound takes 2 damage. Second shot. That's a hit. That's 1 dead hound. Raider number 3 is going to take a couple of shots into Giles. That is a crit, and he blocks it all. And the second shot's a miss. Giles up next, bringing the heat. He's going to use his flamer to attack that raider that just attacked him. That takes down the raider, so he's going to take a single move. He's able to float, so he can go straight up with the rough terrain there to try and get close to the red raider. Raider number 1 is going to take a couple of long distance shots up into our survivor. That's a miss. That's also a miss. Next, our sniper is going to take a couple of shots over at the vet. That's a hit. Blocks it all. And the second shot's a miss. Zachary up next, he's going to take 2 shots. And they're both misses. Melinda's going to take a move. And then a shot into the vet. That's a hit for 3 damage, 1 armor break. They take 2. This also means that the power armor is now damaged, so they no longer get +1 armor. So the vet, because they've got less players now, they're going to take 2 shots into survivor. That's a crit, 3 damage, they take 1. Second shot's a miss. Giles, you're going to take 2 shots into the raider. That's a miss. And that's a miss. Raider number 2 is going to take a couple of long distance shots up. That's a hit. Blocks it all. And the second shot's a miss. Hope's going to take a charge into the vet. And they're going to get a single attack. Black die for the charge. They block it all. No VATs for a survivor this round. They're going to take a single move. And a shot into the raider there. Just within. Hit, 2 damage, and that raider's down.
You think this is over?
So we're now joined by the second wave of the raiders. They can all move this round. So our first psycho is going to take a move and then a charge around the corner into our sole survivor. Melinda's going to take a charge into that psycho that just moved. They get 1 attack, plus a black die for the charge, and miss. The next psycho, he's going to pop a dose of psycho, and then he's going to take a move. Zachary up next, he's going to take a couple of moves to try and get a bit closer so he can get into the action. Scabber, he's going to take a couple of moves down the board. Sarah is going to take a move and then a shot. Take a shot long distance into the psycho at the side of the rubble there. So that's 2 armor break, they take 3 damage. Next, to finish off round 4, our 3 raiders are going to take 2 moves each up the board. The survivor going to start off round 5 here. They're going to roll for VATs. No VATs for this round. First attack, they can use their Gamma Gun into the Psycho. That's a hit, so that's 1 dead Psycho. For the next move, they're going to use their 10mm pistol to attack that raider there. That's a hit with an armor break, and that raider's down. Scaver's going to take a shot into Melinda. There's a hit for 2 damage. Second shot's a miss. Melinda's going to return the favour, shooting back at the Scaver. Third shot's a miss. Second shot's a hit for 2 damage. Vet Raider's going to take a couple of shots up at our survivor. That's a miss. That's a hit for 4 damage, and managed to block 2 of it. Hope's going to take a couple of bites into the vet. First one's a miss. Second one's a hit, and they take 2 damage. Psycho number 2 is going to charge into Melinda. That's a hit for 3 damage, and she is down. Giles is going to take a move to attack with a buzzsaw, and that's a miss. Raider number 2 is going to turn and take 2 shots. That's a miss. That's a hit, and they block it all. Sarah going to take a couple of sniper shots into Raider. That's a miss. Raider number 3 is going to take a single move across and a shot at. That's a miss. And to finish off the round, Zachary is going to take 2 shots into the Psycho. They hit and kill the Psycho.
Kate, are you hurt?
Nash?
We'll be continuing with what happens to survivors in the next video. Thanks for watching.